Hi guys, I'm back for another Flosstube. It is Friday, September the 13th, 20 to 4 in the afternoon. My people are about to arrive home, so we will have some interruptions, I'm sure. It is a very grim day here in Cumbria. It is pouring with rain and the rain is coming in sideways, but I know I've got it very easy at the moment. Yes, Ian has wrecked. You know, he's been and done his stuff, and if you're in the path or you've been affected, I hope everything's okay and that your stuff is safe and your people are safe and your pets are safe. And I'm thinking about you, and I watch a lot of American news because since pandemic I turned into an NBC junkie, so I watch a lot of American news, and oh, my heart goes out to all of you actually. Yeah, I've got a horrible rainy day. It's fine here. It's not on the same scale. Anyway, I'm back for Flosstube because I feel that I have had progress and I like to show my stuff and what have you got. So, I'm Emily and I cross stitch a lot and sometimes knit and whatnot. So, if you're new, I've got some more new people. Thank you for watching. Always happy to have new people here to watch my rather rambly, crappy stuff. But I've got stuff to show you. I have been down and deposited Maddie. I took her down on Sunday. I drove back on Tuesday. I spent 2 nights in her beautiful, I might insert a picture here, of her new home. It is a rather lovely mansion house owned by Corpus Christi down in Cambridge. And that's going to happen more than once because I have a whole tablet balancing system going on. Sorry about that. Are we all awake now? I apologise. I'm not going to restart the video though because I can't be asked. Yeah, so I've got a few little pictures. I might insert some stills here of driving around and walking around. I tend to take the pretty architecture pictures, you know, where I like the juncture of very old beautiful carving, very new modern buildings, all that kind of thing. So there might be some stills up here if you're stitching. Look up and have a little look at them, of various bits around Cambridge. And we then visited on the Monday. We walked 10 miles. Now Cambridge is very, very, very flat, yes, but we walked 10 miles, and consequently on Tuesday and Wednesday I was completely burst, and a bit. Wednesday was only the day before yesterday, and I was just flat as a pancake. Here's my people. I will pause for a moment. Right, had the 2 kids that are home presently in and said hello there, so that's good. Maddie's obviously down in Cambridge. Lizzie, my middle girl, is at grandma's, and I've had some messaging from her. They all got very wet. Flora looks like a little drowned rat at the moment, but I'm sure she'll fuss her hair and get back to normal. I've actually got quite a lot of progress to show you. I got quite a bit of stitching done. Thank you for all the love for my top. It is a sort of tunicky dress. When I get new clothes, I wear them all the time. So I just so happen to put this on.
Biscuit.
Guinea pig food. I'll get you some muesli nuggety stuff as well. Okay.
Is there any chocolates?
They're on the chest of drawers in the hall. Go and grab them quick.
Thank you.
Okay. Always bedlam when people get home. I went out this morning. I've got a day off today. I was meant to be off on Wednesday, but I went to work because just various reasons. And then I was at work yesterday and I was given today off in lieu of Wednesday. But there we go. So I've been off today. So I went and did the food shop, came home, started tidying out the bit of conservatory that Maddie has been living in and is going to be my craft area. And I've been stitching basically today. So made a bit of progress today as well. I'm going to show you some stitching. Right, at the end of this video there is a little panorama that I took very early on Monday morning from the only high point in Cambridge as far as I can gather, and then there will be a little montage of pictures of the Botanical Gardens that Maddie and I visited, which was lovely and quite cold and we walked a long way. So that'll be at the end of the video, after my cross stitch bit. So, cross stitch bit. First and foremost, I have reached my goal for the month on my treasure hunt bookshelf. Amy Stewart, Max Colour Supersized. This is, possibly where I was last video, and here I am at 5.01%. So I am on course, on track, last day of September, and as you can see I've mostly filled in this, I think it's a bubble, and looking at it now, it looks good. So mostly every colour's gone in here, and I filled in a bit more of this bit up here. We are mostly filled in completely to about there, and this bit here is mostly filled in with some very pale pink. 819, it's 819 stitching. Very nice. So, no thanks. So, there we are. Go for... No thanks. Yes. My door's shut. He can't hear me. I don't want a coffee. I've had about 6. I'm already about twitchy. Enough. Okay. Progress made. Goal reached. Tick. And by the end of October, hopefully, 6%. Well, definitely. I will definitely get stitches in for 6% for October. Bubbly thing. Nearly done. I aim to just finish that off, and then I'm going to try and fill in some of these gaps and move on to whatever I need to do here, I think. But obviously I down tools yesterday, reaching my goal, and said enough's enough. So this morning, today, I have put in 1,000 stitches on my Amy Stewart bookshelf of Amazing Animal Kingdom, and picture possibly here of where I was last video. It's not been very many days, I know. And here we are now. So this morning I've basically just filled in here, and I'm filling in these colours here. And I've put a little bit more colour in these flamingos. As I've filled in these colours, they turned up in the flamingos. So what I'd like to do is actually fill this book in, because it's annoying me that it's so bitty right in the middle of the bit I've done. And I am at 6.49% on this, on Amy Stewart's bookshelf. Max Colour, regular size. Both of these are on 20 count Ada. Zweigart Ada. And I do 1 strand over 1 on 20 count Ada. And I like my coverage. I'm one of these that likes to be able to see the crosses. I like to see my crosses. So 20 count 1 strand just hits it perfectly for me. And when these are finished and are washed, I have a very dirty mark on this that I found. Oh, it might be, yes, no, it's on this. There's a very dirty mark somewhere that I can't see just now. But it will be washed, obviously, when it's finished. So I'm really pleased with that. It's coming along really well. So just a few quick, easy 1,000 stitches up here this morning. Lots of blues. And then I moved and did some yellows here, and consequently put the yellows and oranges over there. If it's within the area I'm stitching, I will carry. Here is the back. As you can see, I take no prisoners. I carry everywhere. I tie knots, and I carry, and I don't care. And I love my stitching. So, I have 3 other things that I have worked on. So when I got down to Cambridge, the evening we got there, Maddie started unpacking straight away, and I picked up, for the first time in forever, my Emma Congdon City of Love here, which I absolutely adore, and I had a really pathetic here start. So in the space of a couple of hours, I got it to 10%. And here's where we are now. Yay! 10%, which is quite good going, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think 1% is, let me look, I know I'm at 10%. This whole thing, let me scroll back through, pattern can come. Crikey, when did I start it? There. So the whole finished piece is 32,400, so 1% is 324 stitches. So I think I put in about 3% on it, but I'm exactly 10%. And it should fit quite nicely on this square. This is a piece of 22 count hardanger, and as hardanger it's woven like even weave rather than Ada, so you've got to be a little bit more careful with your stitches slipping under if you stitch like me, which is fierce. I stitch fierce. I'm showing you a piece with like 10 stitches, so have to be a little bit more careful, but again I can see my little neat crosses and I like them very much, and I like my little picture, and I will pick this back up very soon, very soon. And then the following day I thought, right, change it up, stitch on something different. So I thought I would stitch on my sailing dreams. Sailing girl? Sailing dreams. Oh, I can never remember. Let's get to her. Sailing dreams. And if I've got a picture of where she was, I'll put it here. And now she is... Oh my god, the sun's come out. Who knew the sun was about to come out? Okay, I'm going to turn my lamp off. That's not going to make much difference, but the sun's just come out and my lighting is gone. I'm blowing out like mad. I can wait 30 seconds and the sun will go back in. So while I'm waiting, because my colours are not going to show with this odd light, I will show you what I did. Here it goes. The sun's gone in. There we go. While the colour's back the way it should be, I'll show you my sailing dreams. So this is a piece of navy blue, and it is even weave, and I think it's probably going to be 32 count. And that's where I am. I'm absolutely loving her, and I'm motoring along with her. Ooh, it's a bit difficult with this light. There we go. And I think I'm at... Now, when it downloaded it into Pattern Keeper, it put 3 copies next to each other. So what I thought was not very much progress, it's actually a third. So I'm actually about half done. It's roughly half done. I can't really tell because my Pattern Keeper's being a bit funny. Whoa, we've got light problems with sunshine for the first time today. I thought it was really even, dull light, and I thought, brilliant, get my big lamp on and go for it. There. So I did lots on her. So that was another one in my little bag. Lovely. And then I've got What the Cat Saw, my Lola Crow. And I said I was going to frog out the wallpaper because I didn't like the colour of the wallpaper because it was like a very blue-grey, very pale blue-grey. And I have... Whoa, sorry about this light. Oh my god, I can't... The light has gone bananas. I have frogged out about 400 stitches there, so I can pick a new colour for the wallpaper and start again, and I will do. Wow, I do apologise. Look, the colour's just bananas. 2 other things I worked on. I picked up this boyo, this Blair de Blair. We still don't know what it means, but the lovely oval deer, birds and bunnies with the oak. Oh, did you watch my cogs go round then? The oak leaves and acorns round the border. I did a piddly tiddly widdly bit of this. I just did that and that and that. I think that was it. But I did a little bit. Paper pattern, and that's where it is, using absolutely, that's the colour it is. Beautiful Dinky Dye Mother of Pearl. It's an absolute winner. Love it. And I've put some stitches in, and it's currently on the Q-snap, so odds on it's going to be next up for a few more stitches when I do a few more stitches. Oh, I'm struggling with the light. Okay, so the last thing I worked on and I've done a little bit of work on this. Bought my new skein of 3808, so you know what I'm about to say if you watch my videos and my last few, because I've only been working on a few things. My opening gambit is 3/4 done. I am at 75%, guys, and I'm on more than 75%. I've put more stitches in than that. I have, oh crikey, it's going to be more. Let me quickly fill in the stitches I've done, because I'm filling in this dragony griffiny thing. I don't need to look at it because I know I'm just filling in, so I'm just marking off my stitches here. What have I got left? 1, 2, 3. I'm at 75.41%. That makes all the difference. And possibly a picture. And not much change, admittedly, except I have a dragony griffiny thing, which just needs this tiny bit filled in, and his tail, and that bit down the side. There. So I haven't put in any other work anywhere else, but at 75%, that is 75% of a mid-size long dog. It's not the smallest, it's definitely not the largest, but it is my gateway to getting one out of the way. Not out of the way because I love stitching them, but I want to get one done, you know? Another one done. I know I've finished a couple. I have finished a couple. I've finished quilts. Quilts is fully finished, but it's not FFO. The back stitch is done. Anzac doesn't have the back stitch. Sans Susie is finished bar framing, and Slava Ukraini's done, and the wolf dog moon combo that I can't remember. Your dog turns into a wolf in the dark, be careful. Is finished, not framed. Ta-da! 75%. My car project. So we did a lot of shopping because Maddie needed lots of bits and pieces, so that had to be done. And in Dunelm, in Cambridge, I came across an unusual frame, and it was astonishingly not expensive at £4.50. But look, it's a 6x4. But look at all this space. Normally 6x4 frames are that shape. This is this shape. And I thought of my dreaming girl, and I think she will fit. I went out in the rain into the car to get this frame because it was still in the boot of my car, but look, she fits. Oh my god, she fits. I just bought 12 of them. She fits. Oh my god, I have to frame her. I thought she might fit. I saw it and I thought, oh my god, I never see frames that shape. I thought, I'm buying that. Obviously it was £4.50 is, well, with the current exchange rate, £4.50 is $4 like 52. So very inexpensive. The pound has I have a funny feeling our new Prime Minister is we thought Boris was bad. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, I've had a goodness, it hasn't even been that long since I posted. When did I last post? I last posted. It's not been long at all, has it? 7 days ago. That is brilliant for me. Very impressed with myself. Might have been Saturday I posted, I'm not sure. Anyway, or Thursday. There's no telling with me. Anyway, it's not been 3 weeks, it's not been a month, it's been a week and a bit. A little bit. So, thank you ever so much for watching. Coming up is a little clip from the top of the high hill, which isn't very high, but I ran up the steps, so I will mute the sound because I'm like at the top. I sent it to my mum, and my mum was like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Did you like my funny picture?" And she was like, "Are you all right?" I ran up the steps, and it was early. It was like before 7:30. like 7 o'clock, I think. Anyway, it was a nice day. We got a little full panorama because I literally stood there and moved my camera around in a circle. And then there's pretty pictures from the Botanical Gardens, mostly from the hothouses, and I just took pictures of odd looking things, and yeah, so me and Maddie had a nice little mutual around there. And yeah, I had a good time, drove all the way there, drove all the way back, slept, was a bit grumpy, and I'm feeling a lot better today. So guys, I'm going to get on with my stitching. I'm loving only having a few projects. It is very liberating. It's very liberating when you've got like 58 odd whips, 57, 56, got a new one, 57, and these weren't even counted then. Yeah, about 60 whips. It's very liberating to say, right, I'm just going to work on 5 or 6. So I like it, and I'll change it around as and when. I might get, I'm going to get my Sailing Dreams finished, and I might sub in something else, or I might start Cosmic Dreams, which is the one I wanted to do in the first place, but I've made myself finish some other things for no reason, but I just want to do it. Do what makes you happy. Anyway, right guys, thank you for watching. Here's a few clips and some still photos and some clips. If it's long, if it ends up being quite long, I might do a bit of chatter over it, just so that if you're stitching, you're not just like, oh, what's this crap? Anyway, I'll see you soon, depending on progress. But into October we go. I shall start stitching on my treasure hunt bookshelf again tomorrow, because that's the turn of the month, and I will see you soon. Bye bye for now. Bye. So here's where she marched me up the hill, up these steps to this little mound. She called it something, so I stood there and I panned round, and here's my girl taking pictures. And then we've just got the spires of John's and King's, I think, the two bigs that you can see there. There's the library tower, and yeah, there are some buildings, and back to where we are. So she took me to the just like the play. It was only film on these glass windows, but it was very effective. She took me to the Botanical Gardens, and we walked along and we got to the glass houses, and I basically went a bit bananas taking photographs of anything that looked really like the colours were good. There's my big girl under some weird vines. Everything looked like it was going to eat us. There were these big pitcher plants that, yeah, were sinister. I love these leaves. And just the mechanical, look at the mechanics of opening the windows. Everything was wonderful, and these beautiful ferns. All my pictures are out of order, but it's too late. I mean, what was that doing growing out in the middle of that leaf? It was too late in the day for me to be juggling it all around. Oh, look at these. Look at this trunk of this tree coming up. Look at that. It's covered in spikes. I'm a spiky tree. And these things, they just growing out, they just looked all peculiar, and I love the brickwork. And look at this, it's just beautiful. And there's my beautiful girl. She was framed there and she wasn't impressed. And oh, we're outside now. We got chased by ducks. And back inside to the arid. But these whole big glass houses. And there's a giant redwood. Look, all my pictures are all out of sync. They were beautifully in. Some aces just starting to turn the colour. Lovely ponds outside. I mean, it was for the time of year it is, and after the summer we've had, it really was very beautiful. It was very taken with a lot of just everything just looked so pretty. And there was a big hole, like a really big hole. And we had a really good mooch around actually. Maddie liked this tree. She thinks she's going to sit there and study. Weepy willow. And the light on this little seedling was just beautiful. Everything just looked so pretty. Statutory child under large leaves. She wasn't impressed. Maddie's tolerance of me yesterday, of me taking photographs of everything. Why is that growing round wall? Yeah, everything was very pretty. Look at the bark on this tree. It was bananas. And then we walked through some conifers and found a little tiny fairy house, and that wasn't even on the path. And then we found this beautiful crocodile. He was quite wonderful. I just love the colour of that old weathered stump. We were all out of order. That was the last picture before we left, so all in a bit of a muddle really. There's some big proper bamboo there. Look at these things. They were about knee height, like on a stem. Beautiful bark. I was just taking pictures of all the pretty colours, to be honest. Muddy by a tree, some grass. Everything was pretty. Really it was. Oh, there's the crocodile. Again, the crocodile. Oh dear, have I doubled up some things here? Muddy and some trees. Oh, and these things. Look at these. Look up at these things growing out of the bottom. These were bananas. I love them. I want them. Look at them. There's me, standing there, rocking the skirt and boots look. Back to these weird dingle-dangles. Everything, the spikes on these trunks, everything was slightly weird and peculiar. There's an old cork tree, cork oak. Love these colours, these blue-greys. That was just like carpet. Very bananas. Look at the size of the spikes on that. And I know a lot of you, oh look at the mechanicals there. I know a lot of you've got this sort of stuff just growing native, but we don't, and to me it was like standing, everything, look at there was a tiny door. Maddie would not stand by it. Why were there bright green things there, growing out of dark leaves? It was all quite temperate as well, but some of it was a bit hot and stuffy. It was just beautiful. There was a very big pitcher plant that could have eaten her. And there was some sort of cactus just growing up a tree stump. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm being tolerant of my peculiar pictures. Cheers. See you soon.